Hi everyone, this is my confessional video. It's nothing juicy or saucy, but it is me fessing up to something I haven't been doing so well lately. And as the saying goes, we teach what we most need to learn. And this is about mindfulness. So I talk a lot about mindfulness and I advocate mindful living. I'm in fact teaching mindful living in Bali this year at a retreat in June. And I've had a few instances just in the last 5 days where I've been really the opposite of mindful. I don't want to say mindless, but yeah, let's call it mindless. And so I've got 3 to share with you. And it was interesting because a friend of mine asked me a couple of weeks ago, so why do we need to be mindful? Like, really, why? How does it apply in our modern world? Now, this person is a meditator, so understands the value of meditation. But he was playing devil's advocate with me and trying to get me to come up with a really good explanation of why. And I know why, and I find it hard to sort of say, well, of course, it's the best way for everything. But anyway, let me tell you the things I did. So the first one I did was I had to post a parcel to someone who'd ordered some things from me, and there was several items to the parcel. So because I was rushing and I wasn't being present and I was thinking about what I had to do in the next hour, the next day, that night, I quickly packaged the parcel off, went up to the post office, posted it off happily, sent a message, hey, your parcel's on the way, and then she received it and half of the parcel was missing because I wasn't present to what I was doing. So of course, what did that cost me in that moment? It cost me extra time and it cost me extra money because I had to repost the items to her. So that annoyed me that I was so mindless in that moment that I missed what would be a simple thing to get done. The next one was quite amusing. It was on the weekend just gone. It was quite hot here in Adelaide. And again, I wasn't being present. I was rushing around. I was doing 1,000 things at once. And I quickly turned the air conditioner on and left it running and going about my business, doing lots of things and wondering why the house wasn't cooling down as much as it normally did. And I just thought, oh, it's just because I'm running around. I literally was doing about 5 things at once and I wasn't present to any of them. So again, mindfulness is paying attention on purpose, basically being present in that moment. And I wasn't being present to any of the things I was doing, including turning the air conditioner on. So when I went up to have a look at it, I thought, what's going on with this thing? I had it on heat. So, so I had the heat switch on, but I had the cooling on 10. And of course, the two were contradicting each other. So it wasn't working. So that was my silly fault again. And then the other one happened on Wednesday. And I said to my husband, because he's usually the one that does too many things at once, and I might tell him something and then he doesn't hear me, and so he says, oh, I didn't hear you say that or whatever. So I made this big fuss about the fact that I was going out and the towels were in the washing machine, and I even said to him, now I want you to be present, I want you to be mindful, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying so that it goes in and we don't have to have a conversation about it later. So I said to him, right, in about half an hour, the towels are going to finish washing. So whatever you do, can you make sure that they go in on the line before you go to work? And he looked at me and he goes, before I go to work? And I said, yeah, before you go to work. Before I go to work, Rayanne? Yes, before you go to work. And he goes, so what day is it today? I said, Wednesday. Oh, of course, he doesn't work Wednesdays. In my head, for some reason, I decided it was Friday. Again, if I was present and mindful, that wouldn't have happened. Now, none of these things are earth-shattering, but it's just a really good example of how if we really are present and mindful, things go a lot more smoothly and things don't get mucked up like parcels and air conditionings and accusing my husband of not being present when in fact I was the one that was not being present. Anyway, that's my confession, and time to slow down and be present with myself and not doing one thing at a time, and being mindful in every aspect of my life. I hope that helps somebody else to realise that we are all human, and but being mindful is actually a really wonderful thing to have, to be, to do. And I wish you all a mindful weekend. Bye.